What are your overriding emotions after that? I'd imagine relief is pretty high up on the list.
Yes, absolutely. Delighted as well. So a lot of parts of the game were really good. As long as we played football, we were outstanding. Because West Ham had a lot of problems. The only problem was we didn't play this kind of football for the full 95 minutes. That opened up the game for West Ham.
We came really close to getting something in. It's difficult to say sometimes if you deserved it or not, but I think we did. I think we deserved it in the end. You know, we put Liverpool under a lot of pressure. We created some chances. Liverpool did as well, and maybe they had a chance in the first half to sort of finish the game off. But look, we miss a penalty. It looked like an easy tap in right at the end. So you always feel a wee bit down. But I've got to say, really good performance by the boys tonight. And if we keep playing like that, then we'll win certainly more games than we're losing at the moment.
I think it was a really well taken penalty in the corner. Ali, I have no clue how he did that, and we were just a bit concerned that he was not on the line, to be honest, because nowadays you don't know anymore can you really celebrate a penalty save or not, but obviously he even did that right. So very, very important, obviously, in that moment, a second before half-time, pretty much.
Win after win is something that gives you confidence, that helps the team to stick focused, to stick together, and to follow the plan that is proposed. When you have the results, is something that helps you a lot.
I think first half was a really good first half. With a bad ending for us, like with the penalty, but then with a good ending because Ali could save the penalty, but it still left a bit of a bad taste. Like we were lucky first half, we were not. We played an exceptional game. We played really good football. We scored a wonderful goal. At the post, Fabianski with great saves, big blocks in decisive areas from West Ham. But we didn't play that well in the second half, so that's why the game opened up. We had still our moments, obviously, but in general we didn't play enough to control the game. So, and if you don't control it, then West Ham is there. Then the long balls flying in, and then there are great set pieces. And so I thought in the end we needed Ali, we needed Millie's big toe, we needed a couple of things, and but overall I think it's deserved 3 points. Very important, tough period for all teams, so you have to grind results out, and we have now 3 days time, and the next fight is waiting already, and so that's the situation for the moment. All good.
The goalkeeper not only made that save, he also saved the penalty from Jarrod Bowen too. How much belief does it give you as a defence to know that you've got that insurance policy behind you?
Well, you know, we play for one of the biggest clubs in the world, and to have this goalkeeper with us is obviously something we need, and you can see it obviously it's a great moment to save that penalty just before the break. And well, I said, clean sheet, good performance defensively, especially second half. First half we could have maybe scored a second, but in the end it's all about the 3 points, especially in this hectic period where we play in almost 48 hours again or something.
Your match winner Darwin Nunez got his first Anfield goal tonight for Liverpool. You obviously see him all the time in training. It's been a stop-start Liverpool career for him so far. What do you think that can do for him now? How good can he be for this club?
I think he has so much potential. He's still young. He's learning the way we play. He's learning English is also helpful, and he's the modern day striker that causes a lot of defenders problems, and you can see it today. His runs in behind, and his build-up plays is getting better. So obviously we have different weapons to try and exploit opponents, and that's good.
That's the first time this season that Liverpool have had 3 consecutive victories in all competitions. How much better are you feeling as a team now?
We have to just focus on the next game. We know how it works. Everything can change after every game. So we focus on ourselves. We want to improve. We want to have better results. And it starts by obviously defending as a unit. And I think we showed that the last 3 games especially. So hopefully we can keep it going. And we'll see.
Thanks, Virgil.
What feeling is that you should have got something tonight?
I'm disappointed in the end that we didn't come away with something when we had a big opportunity to do so. But look, we've been here now a few times now, and it's been the same story. Last few times I've been here, I've been saying the same thing. So I hope tonight I'd be able to change it, but I'm just not quite able to get over the line against them.
Particularly fine margins this evening. Obviously the penalty save, James Milner's got a terrible on Souček's chance as well, and then Alisson saved it as well. But how do you sum up what you got from your players tonight?
Well, we didn't play particularly well, but maybe we just didn't quite set up quite right at the start. I'll see that, but I thought we got much better in the second half. But even when we hadn't played particularly well in the first half, I still felt that we were a threat. If we got past, and we gave the ball away numerous times in the opening 20 minutes, which meant we gave Liverpool the ball back most of the time, which is not a good thing to do. But we kept at it, stuck at it, resilient, carried a little bit of luck when we needed it, and eventually clawed our way back into the game. Just to be fair, the last 10-15 minutes of the first half we'd done quite well. So, and we came out and we played well in the second half.
I take it this isn't a defeat that impacts belief too negatively because of the way, particularly that performance that you showed in the second half.
No, I think if we perform like that, regular, we'll pick up a lot of points. I'm more disappointed that we just had big chances really at the end to probably get something from it, and we didn't quite get it done.
Just finally for me, David, can you just bring us up to date with Greta's injury as well, and how long is likely to be without him?
Well, I can't give you a time, but he's got a bit of a shoulder injury at the moment.
Yeah, another brilliant performance from Alisson, another good victory for Liverpool. I've got a theory that Liverpool are evolving, and Darwin is certainly playing his part.
That was quite good, actually, Gay. I like that one.
I'll take that. Thank you. Ashley,
not bad.
over to you.
Not bad. He had a strong performance, Darwin Nunez tonight, and from the first whistle, he looked sharp. He looked hungry. Good movement off the defenders from West Ham, and that's a player full of confidence to hit that, straight away, and it was a good strike. This is his goal. He shows good patience to not being there too early. Then he moves, textbook striker's header into the floor. Goalkeeper doesn't stand a chance with that. Here we see him holding it up. He's ready. He's sharp. He wants goals. He's onto it at a flash, and another good strike with his left leg.
Should he?
Yeah, no, maybe should have went across the goalkeeper. But this is what I like. This is intent. This is him pressing from the front. And as a defender, when you see your striker pressing like that, it sets the tone for the whole team. To get higher up the pitch and get after the game, and good touch, great strike again. He's unlucky not to get more. He's not so good the second time, but he had a good performance. Yeah. I thought he was Liverpool's best player tonight.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, he came in the same time as Haaland, and there are certain similarities, aren't there, with the two of them. It's a bit unfair to compare him with Haaland because he's such a obviously ridiculous goal machine. But, big, tall, strong, quick, loves to play in the box, likes to play centrally. Yeah,
I think a little bit different to the usual Liverpool striker that we've seen over the last few years. But he's someone that, tonight they could use him a little bit more in terms of holding the ball up. He's awkward. I can imagine he's very awkward to play against. And when he's hitting shots from 20, 22 yards on the volley like that, if he gets his confidence up, he'll be a strong player.
What helps him, though, with Trent and Robertson or Tsimikas on the crosses. Yeah. He's a big
target
man,
for them.
Yeah, and he gives them a different outlet.
Yeah. 18 times now David Moyes has gone to Anfield and he's never won, but they had the chances there, at least perhaps to get a draw.
They were so unlucky today. Yeah. I mean, you see this chance here. Gomez gambles a little bit. The referee doesn't give it.
Sure.
In fairness, VAR
could probably
looked at it, and we've got to give VAR a little bit of credit. Because they got, I think, this decision
because
correct.
Alisson saved it.
But Alisson, what a keeper. He's in great form. When he stepped up, I always knew they had the chance of Alisson in net. And then this one, you'll see Souček running into the box. And at first we're thinking he's missed an absolute sitter. Just as it comes to him, just here. But no, it's the 36-year-old James Milner.
Unbelievable.
Coming off the bench to save points for his team, and I mean that is commitment at its finest, and that's why he's had such a great career. And look,
a great reaction from David Moyes. Unsurprising reaction as well.
Devastated.
Indeed.
Could have been better, but a win's a win. His overall assessment afterwards. That's 3 goals in his last 4 for Darwin Nunez. Is he showing signs of finally settling in after his big money move?
Yeah, I think so. Start to his campaign. Obviously, the red card didn't help. he does look a little bit rough around the edges to me still.
We saw that today, because he could have had a hat-trick, right?
He could have had he certainly hit the post with a great effort. I love the way he's a real powerful, aggressive runner, and he doesn't mind running away from goal, so he'll start central and he'll run into channels. And I like a lot of what he does, but then sometimes I think, whoa, that's a little bit, as I say, rough around the edges. So I think he's got a lot of improvement to come, but I like his attitude. He plays on the edge and obviously scored an important goal tonight.
Well, there they are, 4 points off the top four, which looked a long way off only a couple of weeks ago. But when you take into account the likes of Jota and Diaz and their injuries, how well-timed is it that he's now amongst the goals? And more importantly, I suppose, psychologically overcome the Anfield hurdle?
Well, look, he's a good player, and he just gives them a different reference point, a different profile. Physically, Mo mentioned his size. Physically, he's a great runner. He runs the channels. He makes smart runs, but he's not a natural goal scorer. Sadio Mane played that false nine beautifully. Obviously, Mo Salah off the right and Luis Diaz. So he gives them something different. Bobby Firmino's really been the star in terms of the goals for them this season, hasn't he? So he gives them something different. Klopp's got to settle on what that three is going to be. He's got a lot of different options now. I like Darwin Nunez. I think he's going to be a really good player. I just don't think he's going to play as consistently as Mane did.
Yeah, I think as well, there's a couple of injuries, as you mentioned, Manish. So, I mean, that front three might be quite settled over the next few games.
Yeah, and of course, I suppose it delighted him, as he mentioned there, that they squeezed a win in the end without being at their very best, which is, of course, what we saw from Manchester United as well here on Matchday Live.
He's created a little bit of some people think he's really good, some people think he's struggling at the moment. I still think he's quite raw a lot of the time. He does some fantastic things and then does some things where you think, oh, you need to learn a little bit about the game still. But in the air, he's got a great presence, great size. We see defender here. I just think that the run from Carvalho actually just pins him back here and he enables Tsimikas to get the cross in. And they almost roles reversed in the centre there, when you've got Firmino and Nunez that sort of one's in the 10 position and then they swap last minute.
Yeah, and you've got Mo Salah on the other side. Tsimikas has been really high on the left-hand side, whipped some great balls in. But they pose a threat. They've got so many different attacking options up there, Liverpool. If they keep clean sheets, they struggled defensively this season. They keep clean sheets. That attack will score enough goals for them.
You can see how well received it was from his teammates. They all got in on the celebration. His third goal in 4 games. So he's in a decent run of form right now.
He is. I mean, the last thing he needed was that red card right at the start. Yeah. Just when he's trying to build momentum into a team and you get a red card, you're out for 3 games. And then he came back and he looked a little bit rusty. But I watched him so much last season in the Champions League. I thought he was brilliant. So excited when he signed for Liverpool. And I think he could be good, and that's a nice little start for him now. Starting to score a few goals, and he looked quite dangerous as well.
Owen, West Ham couldn't have asked for a better chance to get back into the game via the penalty spot. Let's have a look at the incident beforehand. Joe Gomez on Jared Bowen here.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, West Ham barely had a kick in the game up to that point. Didn't have much of the ball, didn't pose much of a threat. But Joe Gomez just makes a terrible decision, leaves his feet. That's clear foul on Jared Bowen. Referee didn't see it in real time. And he goes to the monitor. And I think, obviously, even he realised his mistake. But I'm not sure why Joe Gomez played so great against Man City. Why are you leaving your feet? Just let him have the ball there, Mo.
No danger, is there? I mean, look where the chest is going. It's going towards the corner flag. There was just no danger whatsoever.
Craig Paulson was the VAR ref. He then, of course, alerted the referee to it. Penalty awarded. You were confident of Bowen putting this away, Michael, but it was a good save in the end from Alisson.
It was a good save. I mean, he's just a top-class goalkeeper, isn't he? From Bowen's point of view, probably a decent height, not too close to the corner, and you can see there, Becker didn't have much trouble saving it. It was just a question of going the right way. So when you're West Ham, you simply can't. You're not going to get many chances at Anfield. If you get a penalty, you simply have to score it. Now they're on the back foot.
The fact that that was West Ham's first shot on goal says it all, really, in that first half of the Hammers.